When we finished Monsters, we got a letter from Ridley Scott, which said, I watched your film, Monsters, and it ended, and I pushed the button in the projection booth, and I said to the projectionist, I'd like to see that again from the top. He said, and I never do that. And I was so impressed. And we were like, Ridley Scott watched our film. Oh my God. We were so happy. What was interesting technically about cutting Monsters was that Monsters was shot as if it was a documentary to some degree. But what he would do is he wouldn't turn the camera off. He would usually film for as long as he could on a card. And unfortunately, a card in those days could film up to about an hour. So he would film like an hour-long shot. And what he would do is he'd run around the actors, but they wouldn't repeat the scene. They would just keep improvised. It was fully improvised.
It's different looking at America from the outside. And you know, just sitting right outside and looking in. You know, when you get home, it's so easy to forget all this. I mean, tomorrow we'll be back to our separate lives.
So they kept improvising new dialogue. So I'd get the reverse shot, but it would be completely different dialogue to the stuff that had been filmed in this direction. So putting my documentary editor hat on, what I had to do was cut the dialogue scenes based on effectively on the dialogue first. I'd try and work a route of what made sense, what part of the story was being told best vocally. And then obviously on your timeline, you see, well, that bit I can use because it's in focus and the camera's held there. So I can actually cut to that person saying that line for real. But now this bit of the story that I need to get across, when he was running around, but they carried on talking and Ian carried on recording it, I've got nothing. I've got to cut away to something, or I've got to jump cut somehow, or I've got to fake up some other shot and fill in the blanks, kind of more like you do as a documentary editor. So that was the editorial mindset for that film.
Let's talk about something else. Something funny. You know how people laugh different depending on who they're around? Or like when you're little, you practice laughing, you know? And you pretend.
You practiced laughing?
You never did that?
Practiced laughing?
Yeah.